Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be tying this, which is called the Sheila. It's known for being able to take salmon and sea trout, bit of a versatile pattern. A friend of a friend's asked me to tie a few up for a trip up to the Spey towards the back end of the season, so that's what we're going to do, and I thought I'd share tying this with you. So let's get stuck into it. So in the vise folks, we've got an Osprey size 8 in the black nickel. We're going to start off with some Uni 80 in black. Just come in at this point, get a couple of wraps down, 4 or 5, get you started. Cut away the tag end, and then we're going to come in with a gold wire. This will be the tag and rib on the fly, so a couple of turns and then just head down towards the back, and you want these roughly to finish between the barbing point of the hook. Okay, and then going to come up and round with 4 turns. That's 1, 2, then to lock this in, as always, up and in between the hooks. Use your thumbnail to push it up nice and tight, and then holding the wire forward, you can bring your thread up and start to lock this in. Quite an easy fly to tie, nice looking fly. Hopefully it'll work whenever it meets the water. Most of the fish are there. Then just fold this back, and then start to run your thread back down. Okay, and when you get to this point here, which is not too far away from the back end, you're going to come up with a large gold holographic tinsel and just catch it on the side and run it all the way up till it's flush against your tag. And then you can come back down . And then bring your tinsel around, again nice and flush up against that tag, nice and tight. Then from there you can start to rib the body on the way down. And just catch this in with a few turns at the front. And come in and chop that way. Just check you're happy with how everything's sitting, and that looks alright. So next up, you're going to bring your rib up, get a nice couple of turns in, nice and evenly spaced. It's up to you, probably 5 to 6 turns I would say. So there's 1, 2, 3, and just lock this in up at the front. Holding your thread nice and tight, you can look to bend and break this away. It's going to come in with some black squirrel. Again, doesn't need to be excessive. And what you're looking to do is come in and measure up, as always, the length that you want of your squirrel. I'm going to go a little bit over the back, so probably about there on this fly. So, as I said, wax on the thread is key. So what I'm going to do off camera is just line up those ends, cut this to a point, and then come in, laying this flat on the top and catch it with a couple of turns and see how it's sitting. Okay, that's looking not too bad. And then for security, I'm just going to add in a little bit of super glue onto the front. Just touch onto the thread, touch onto the base of the fibre, and then you can wind a couple of turns over it, and that's not going anywhere. Nice and locked in. Okay, good stuff. A little bit more wax on the thread, and we're going to come in with the throat now at this point, which is orange. So just got some, this is some Chinese cork fibre in orange, just pulled it away from the stem, stacked it in my fingers, and basically going to come up with a pinching loop underneath and just see how that's sitting. It's maybe a little bit on the long side, so I'm just going to pull it through ever so slightly. And then come up with a couple of more turns just to lock it into place, and then you can chop away the excess. I'm just going to invert the vise to do so. Nice, really sharp pair of scissors. Chop that away, and then you can tidy up. Okay, good stuff. We're on the home stretch, so last thing that we're going to add on at this point is we're going to add in some jungle cork. So that's just a natural jungle cork. You can use different colours if you like. Just coming in, catching this on the side. Really want to have it nicely lined up with the black wing. So just coming in with a couple of turns, just seeing what that's sitting. Quite happy with that sitting. And do the same my side. And then you can either fold back these stem pieces or cut them away. I'm just going to cut these away just now. Random fibre there, take that out. Okay, and then the last thing to do really is just tidy up and finish forming the head. And then when you're happy with that, you can come in and whip finish. last but not least, a bit of super glue and varnish on the head, and you're good to go. Well folks, as always, hope you enjoyed that. Nice little pattern. Hope it works for my friend, see how he gets on with it. I'm certainly going to give it a go on the spay in a couple of weeks. Yeah, I'm hoping it gets my fish. Until next time, give us a shout, like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Good to hear from you. Take it easy. Cheers.